Hi, I'm Belky Wara and I am the founder of I Dropped Out. Right now, I work as a digital marketer and social media expert. I dropped out because university wasn't for me. Actually, I didn't want to drop out. Funny enough, my dad told me to drop out. I went to university because I wanted to go to university. It was the normal thing to do. It was the right thing to do, especially in my culture. I went to study law. I absolutely loved it, but throughout the line, I started to face a lot more emotional breakdowns. I wasn't myself, and I started feeling like it wasn't leading me anywhere. I didn't have any purpose. So facing a lot of emotional letdowns and stuff, like my dad just told me to drop out of university, and that was that. Well, when my dad decided that the best thing for me was not to go to university, he spoke to me and we came to a conclusion. My mum was at work. So, I mean, my mum is a totally different woman from my dad. She's very university, this is the way it goes. Why do you want to go out the way things are meant to be? You know, just do it. And my dad just said, do you know what? I'll do it with her, just leave it to me. Go and look for apprenticeships. That's what he told me. Go and look for apprenticeships so you're not just doing anything. So when my mom came home, my dad told me, go in your room. I ran in my room, I shut the door, and he was like to my mom, Becky's not going to university anymore. And my mom said, huh? What do you mean? Everybody, and everyone took this decision without me. My dad said, I'm the head of the house. She's not going to university anymore. I mean, if my mom could have put the house upside down, she would have, but because the man had said it, that's how it went. And my mum just said, so what now? What now? And that's how I am here right now. Well, when I dropped out of university, I wasn't in the right frame of mind emotionally for any advice. I took to the internet, and that's why I dropped out is very, very close to my heart. When I dropped out, I didn't want to. Actually, everything was fighting against it. My emotions were fighting against it. I didn't want to, and I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm dropping out. What am I going to do? What's next for me? Where can I go to? And I started searching all over. UCAS, what's going to happen to my student finance? And I started seeking advice on the internet. I was reading forums, I was reading websites and blogs, and I just felt like there needs to be a platform where I can go onto and I have everything from internships to apprenticeships to knowing what to do next when I dropped out, and that's why I created this platform. Right now, I'm finishing my diploma because I went on to an apprenticeship in digital marketing and social media, and I finished off my diploma. Well, we all started from apprenticeship. So I got an apprenticeship in January. I dropped out in November. I dropped out in November. I started my apprenticeship in January. Those 2 months of trying to get an apprenticeship, I think I felt like it was 5 years. I was so down because everyone had got apprenticeships in September. So I eventually got one in January, and I loved it, the company. I started doing digital marketing there and all their social media platforms whilst doing my apprenticeships. I was learning, I was earning, I was finding so much passion and purpose into what I wanted to do, and I still had time to do presenting on the side. I did a presenting qualification. I went to work at a radio station. I had so much time to actually become the woman I needed to be and find purpose in what I liked. Well, digital marketing was new for me. In fact, I wanted to go into journalism. So I would say it's basically taken me a year to be where I am now. And am I where I want to be? No, but where I'm going to is great because I've got my diploma and I've got experience. And those are the two things that I need. Now I get people offering me jobs on LinkedIn. So I think I'm going somewhere good. And I'm starting up my own platform for young people. So I feel like this has been a moment for me to find myself, and I feel like I'm actually going towards the purpose of finding myself. I felt like running away more than giving up. I felt like I'd hit rock bottom. I felt like I had given up on everything in me, because I felt like I'm intelligent. I can read, I can write, I can argue. I love law. I do it. I love it. I watch everything law. So I just felt like I had given up already in life. And when I started doing my digital marketing, when I was actually looking, I gave up. That was another stage of giving up, because I felt like I was applying and I didn't know how to apply. And that's why I dropped out. Would be so great, because it will teach you how to apply. Where do you go to, and how does it actually go? So yeah, during the applying stage, I didn't really know who were the providers, what it meant to go for interviews. For apprenticeships is totally different. So I gave up there. Eventually I found it. After 6 months, I felt like, okay, so where am I gonna go? And I gave up again emotionally. But what was crucial to me was finding purpose and finding where I wanted to go to. And once I realized that I loved what I loved and where I was going to was this path, I just stuck to it, and now I'm just literally a fire that's just ready to explode. Training is important. What I would say is, if you leave university, you need to find other courses that will enable you to build up your skills and your CV. You have to go into training, find little courses. For me, I did some courses in colleges and universities alongside my apprenticeship, just so that I have an extra edge over someone in university. And also network. University is good because people are able to meet other people and network. So what you need to do is make sure you get out there, go to networking events, find them on different event sites, go there and meet people, talk to people that are in your field, talk to people that are around your field. Use LinkedIn as well, connect with people that are doing what you would love to do, and contact them and try and build a community around what you want. The hardest thing I faced was being alone, I think, and trying to make sense of something trying to make sense of it all, I think, was the hardest thing, because my little brother was going to uni the same time as me, because I'd already taken a gap year. So I was like, my brother's going to university, he's reading engineering, and then I've dropped out again. And as an older sister, it was so hard for me to kind of encourage him as a brother. So the hardest thing for me was, I didn't want my parents or my little brother to look at me as a failure. I wanted to still be successful. So I faced so much contradiction within myself compared to other people. And also telling uncles and aunties in church, they ask loads of questions, man, and like just trying to explain it to them is it's hard. And just sticking to your grounds and decisions. My advice would be, make sure it is what you want 110%. Don't drop out because you're finding it too hard to do your work, or you're feeling like, I can't be bothered. Drop out because you know that if you didn't go to university, you will still be successful. Drop out because you have a plan to be successful. Drop out because you know university is not for you.